Welcome back. This is Danielle from Sport Self Natural. Today we are in my car while we're waiting for my youngest to get off the bus, and we have a little bit to check. We're going to go over a couple new must-haves that I personally have, repurchases from last year, my calendar and my planner, and those are right here. Wanted to share a quick little tidbit with you. I actually just got both of my new calendars and binders in the mail today. It's the beginning of January. It's January 2nd to be exact. And I actually repurchased both items that I bought last year. Every year I do the same thing and I'm like, I'm going to be more organized or this or that. And it never happens. I have terrible short-term memory. If I don't put it in my phone or on something, I forget really easily. And I do have ADD. So I think I struggle with forgetting a lot, or I will like hyperfixate on something, or I'll just forget something altogether. So last year I ended up buying this planner and I liked it a lot. I think it was like $12 or $13, and I loved it. So it was I'll show you a quick little week, and I actually started utilizing Post-it notes with them because I'm a Post-it girl. You know, I can try over and over and over again to utilize these the way that they're supposed to be used, and it never works for me. I end up every single time, as you can see, a Post-it note appears because that's just how I can accomplish things. And what will happen is I'll end up hyper focusing, and for the following week, if it doesn't look nice and I didn't get to something, then I'll spend too much time rewriting everything. And so what I really like utilizing Post-it notes is I don't have to waste that time. So what I typically do is it comes with this little free thing with the Post-it notes, and I love it. You can clip it into the week and then you can just pull that tab to the week. So I have these, and then I usually use this size Post-it note a lot, and then this one. So if I haven't finished, typically these will be like short little reminders. These will be daily tasks this size, and then this will be like a weekly task, like things to get to for the week. So if I don't get to them, instead of me taking too much time rewriting everything on the following week, I just lift the Post-it note up and put it onto the next week. And it works really well for me. So like, this is this week, starting of this week, right? I end up almost only utilizing Post-it notes as the year has gone on, and I really like it. So I will just, every day when I finish something, I will just pull this one off and put a new one on for the following day. So like, I feel like I'm still being like accomplishing things, but I still have like my weeklies and my reminder, and I just pull them on and off as it goes. It doesn't work for everybody, but I feel like it's the one method that's consistently worked for me, and I don't feel overwhelmed, or I'm not hyper focusing on how organized my calendar is. And I'm just like wasting time making sure that this looks good because I'm hyper focusing on it. It's something that I need to have, and so I'll spend too much time on it, if that makes any sense. I know it will for some of you. So I got a new one of these. I think it was $13. Really like the layout of this. It's not too overwhelming. I've tried I'll show you. Whatever these planners are called, they're something fancy. I don't remember what they are. Oh, a Happy Planner. I've tried the Happy Planner. They're so nice. They're super expensive. I just can't justify paying what I pay, and I can only use one layout. A lot of the other layouts, they don't work for me. I have to see it a certain way, or I like can't comprehend it. And they're really hard. The layout that I like is really hard to find, and it's like 40 or 50 bucks. This is almost identical for me, for the design that I like, for like 13. So I got this year. Super happy about that. And then I also got another one of these big, huge You can do it the long way or you can do it the wide way, which is really kind of cool. But I buy these to put my market dates on. So it's January 2nd. I've already applied to like 3 markets this year or for this coming year. And if I don't have them on a calendar, then I overschedule myself. So last year I applied to like way more events than I ever have before. And I did it because I'd been declined for a couple events the past, couple years previous, and I was accepted. And if I didn't have this thing, I wouldn't have realized it and paid more than I had to on a market that I wouldn't be able to attend. It's really good because my husband is a drag racer, and he does a lot of cross country, and we get to put the dates on here so we don't overlap. So it's just a really nice like snippet of the year in and of itself. So 2 really, really good options, super inexpensive. I think this was $15, this was probably $13, but I just wanted to share those 2 items that have been working really, really well for me. And if you struggle with time management or you're just looking for a cheap alternative, I highly recommend both of those options. I did also want to go over my year for 2023. I know I've done a couple videos on these, but I actually just ran the numbers for my business for 2023. It's something that I have been kind of putting off because I had an idea of where I was, but until you get that like official number, it can be a little bit overwhelming, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to see it or not. So I did run my numbers for 2023, and my goal was to hit last year's numbers. That was like the only goal that I had, besides like small goals, but financially it was to hit last year's income. And when I ran them, I was 3% short. So I was obviously upset. I mean, I think that it's only natural to be upset and kind of question like why, what I could have done different, what I could have done better, all the natural things that I think come into play. And now that it's been a couple days, like I'm really proud of what I've done. I think that a lot of other businesses are in a different boat, and I'm very, very lucky I am where I am right now. And my goal for 2024 is to hold my numbers from last year. So that would be a 3% increase for today, essentially. From 2023, 2024, I'm looking for a 3% increase. And I know that's kind of crazy to do right now in the economy, but I'm going to try to hold myself to it while giving myself grace, while understanding that we are in this silent recession, and I'm kind of excited to try it out. So with that being said, I will put up a couple, or I'm just going to put up my Shopify metrics and kind of walk you through them. I won't be telling you exactly how much I'm making, but I'm happy to share like my percentages because, we all want to keep a little bit of our businesses personal to us. And until I'm at a place that I'm super comfortable, that I will be keeping to myself, which I think is pretty understandable. So I'm going to get to that right now and I'll talk you through it. Okay, and here are my metrics for 2023. So if you are looking at this, you're going to see that I actually did very well online. I had a 5% increase year over year, but my decrease where I fell in that 3% was actually in-person markets. So when I added everything together, I was down 3% from the year previous. So if you look at the 12-month period here, I did have more people coming to my store. That was up 20%. My total sales for my store itself was 5%. My orders were up 9%. So I did pretty good on Shopify. I actually do my online store separate from my in-person markets. And that is something I will be changing for 2024. I am in the process of setting everything up using Shopify's POS app and new barcode or scanner labels. So from here on out, when I am at a market, to make it nice and quick, because I know that POS system is not super easy to use, I will now have like a barcode. I will scan that. It'll go directly to the checkout, and I will just have to scan whatever the customer is going to be buying, and I can check them out immediately. It'll be nice for me to not have to re-inventory everything every time I come home. I can keep track of things that are selling instead of manually entering everything into Shopify. And it'll give me a better perspective on how to move forward. So with that being said, I just wanted to share those little tidbits with you. I hope some of that helped you in some way, and I would love to hear how it's going with you and what your end of year numbers were. See you next week. Bye.